Okay, so previously we talked about uh, inner joins, and then we also mentioned outer joins as another type of join. And I also briefly mentioned about table relationships and how table relationships are more about how data is entered. Joins are more about how the data is displayed, such as in a query. So what I'm going to talk about is outer joins, and there are two different kinds of outer joins. There's a left join and a right join. A left join shows all the records in the table on the left and any records in the right table that match or link with the table on the left. That's a left join. Okay? Then there's also a right join, and what that's talking about is displaying all the records on the right, and any records that match in the left table will be displayed as well. So let's go down and look at this further. So here we have our bank customers and bank accounts tables again for a second time. Okay, and this shows for bank customers records 1 through 7, and for bank accounts records 1 through 5. And remember, the rule about the table relationship is that nothing in the child table, this is the child table, nothing in the child table can be entered here that isn't in here. That's what the table relationship says. And if you have an inner join, then all the records that are in here that have a match over here will be displayed in a query. Okay? But let's go further and say and do an outer join instead. Okay? An outer join, you can set the query to either show all the records on the left, right, all the bank customer records, and anything that's related on the right. Okay, so that's one way to do a left join or an outer join. Okay, so here it's talking about the fact that there's a little arrow, and I'm sure on the video it's very hard to see, but there's a little arrow saying anything that matches over here should be displayed. Okay, so that's one thing you should notice is that there's on your lines there'll be little arrows, and that indicates what kind of relationship you have, or not relationship, one kind of join that you have. Now to set the outer join to be a left join, what you want to do is you want to double click on the line in between these two tables, and it'll open up a join properties box. And what you want to do is you want to indicate that you want a left join, and you're like, well, how do I do that? It doesn't say left join. That's true. What it says instead is include all the records from bank customers, which is on the left, and only those records from the bank account where the join fields are equal. So what that one right there is saying, I want a left join. And the way that Access does it is it doesn't really say left join and right join. What it says instead, or what it does instead, is indicate the tables. Okay, and that does make it easier. Okay, so it describes the join itself, and it's saying show all the records from the bank customers and anything that matches from the bank accounts table. And then if you wanted a right join, you would do the opposite, but we'll get to that. So once you've set your join type, okay, and again, we're doing a left join in this example, and you'll notice that all the records from the bank customer table show, and then anything that's related on the right in the bank accounts shows as well. Okay, so data from that's related will show up over here. Okay, now notice that I didn't output necessarily the IDs in the two tables. It's just that data from the bank customers table is showing up here, and then also data from the or matching data from the bank account table is showing up here. It doesn't have to be the IDs, it's just the data, how it but it does have to be matching in terms of the linking fields, and in this case the linking fields are the IDs. It's just that the data is not output here. Okay, so now we're going to change the join type, and we're going to say show all the records that are in bank accounts and anything that is matching in the customers bank customers table. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here, and so we'll pick the third option. And you'll notice that there's a little arrow here. So here's, or maybe you can't see that, sorry. This is a bank accounts table here. And then it's saying, after this has been set, that there's all the records here and anything, and this little arrow here points to anything that's matching over here. And so we run the query again, and you'll notice we get 2 less records because we're showing everything that's in the bank accounts table and anything that's matching in the bank customers table. Okay, and you'll also notice that there, once again, because of the rules of data entry, that you're not ever going to get a situation where you're going to have an ID or a record over in the bank accounts table that doesn't show up over here because of the rules indicated from the table relationship. So don't forget that. Anyway, hopefully that helps you understand outer joins.